Hey, God bless, great day. This is Nia J. Teta for our Christ-centered video series, Day by Day, Relationships and Romance, where we're depending solely on the Holy Spirit to really impart some wisdom to us about things like romance, relationships, dating, courting, engagement, marriage, breakup, cheating, anything and everything at all, sex, whatever God lays on your heart or you have a question about that you really want to know, what does God have to say about it? We really want to take the time and answer it here, depending on the Holy Spirit to give us the wisdom to answer those questions. And feel free to email or contact me some way, even by Facebook, so we can get those answers for you. I really want to apologize. I was gone a couple of days and I left my computer, guess where? Right here in the house. So since I did that, I wasn't able to keep up with the video series, but I'm back on pace. Guess what? There's a lot of videos coming at you very, very soon, and I do hope you keep up with us as we do this video series. Now, it's a Christ-centered video series. Anyway, I want to move forward from here, and I want to talk about where we left off. We were talking about love, and we just said love is not a feeling. Like deals with your feelings. I like this. I don't like this. I like that. I don't like that. That's like. That's not love. You can like what a person does, but not truly love them, because love comes from God. Love comes from us actually serving the person. Let's take a look. I want to take a look at a very key text. One of the texts that we want to take a look at is 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verses 4 through 8a. Listen intently for the wisdom of God. Here it is. Love suffers long and is kind. Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself, is not puffed up, does not behave rudely, does not seek its own, is not provoked, thinks no evil, does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. When you actually say I love you, you're actually saying I'll serve you, I'll give to you, I'll sacrifice for you. You're not saying I love you because I like what you do. You may thank the person for their love of you, how they've served you, sacrificed for you, how they've given to you. But when you say I love you, you're saying that I'm willing to serve, to give, and to sacrifice for you. And it says, what are those things that you're willing to do? Well, here it is. It says you're willing to suffer long. You're willing to suffer long. No, I'm not saying let a man beat on you. No, I'm not saying be mistreated a long time in your relationship. A lot of women, yes, you do love the guy that you're with, but that's not the guy you should be with. That's a whole nother story. We'll talk about that very soon. But love does suffer long. There's a difference between loving somebody and them loving you. Just because you love somebody doesn't mean that they love you and that you should be with them. I want to make that very clear, because this suffers long seems to be contradictory in some sense, and I want you to make sure it's not contradictory. You can love somebody, you can suffer along with them so that they can get to the goal where God would have them to be. But in talking about relationships and romance, God is not calling you to get beat, to get mistreated, to be abused in a relationship so that you can have a better relationship. Because unless God is with them, unless they're seeking God, guess what? Their heart won't change, and they'll do those wrong things continually and properly again. All right, so let's get back from that aside and talk about this, right? You're pledging some things to the person. You're pledging by faith because you don't know what the person's going to do. You can like from moment to moment, but you love in an eternal fashion. You love for a lifetime. You don't love only for a few moments. The greatest two commandments that God gave us was love Him, not for a few moments, but for a lifetime. And love your neighbor as you love yourself. God doesn't want you to love yourself a little bit or just for a few moments. He wants you to love yourself for a lifetime. So that means you have to love your neighbor for a lifetime. Not because you can see everything that's coming, but because you're pledging faith. Love is a faith-based choice to pledge these things to a person. Love suffers long. So will you suffer long? Love is kind. Will you be kind? Love does not envy. Love does not parade itself. Is not puffed up. Does not behave rudely. Does not seek its own. Is not provoked. Thinks no evil. Does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. Bears all things. Believes all things. Hopes all things. Endures all things. Love never fails. Love actually shows up best when things are going wrong. Look at God. Look at what God did. His love showed up greatly. And the Bible teaches that before we even knew we were lost, the Bible teaches before we even wanted God, wanted to seek God, he loved us and sent his son to die for us. That's love. Love shows up when things are going wrong oftentimes. Light shows up when everything is going well. The question is, do you actually love? Because love gives. For God so loved the world that he gave. Love sacrifices his only begotten son. That's sacrifice. And then love serves, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. Jesus Christ served us. So what I want you to really think about is the next time you say, I love you, should you really be saying thank you for your love? But the next time you say, I love you, are you really pledging by a faith-based choice to give, to serve, and to sacrifice as God calls for in 1 Corinthians 13, 4 through 8a? Think about it. God bless you. This has been Nia J. Teta. I do hope that God has really opened you up and poured in his wisdom, that your life may be better from this day forward. God bless you. Have a great day.